Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about, I guess, the subject would be um, Mondays aren't so bad. um, this is just something that, again, I heard at my work, and it was it was something as I heard it, I could understand that it was a common thought. Um, Long ago when I was younger. But as I've been doing a lot of my spiritual work, it's one of those beliefs that people tend to hold on to, that they don't even realize that all they are doing by holding on to these beliefs are just they're there to make themselves feel terrible. And it's if you understood that, you you would automatically just say, I'm not going to hold on to that belief anymore because I don't want to feel bad. And uh, this happened at my work um, there was a new employee that we have that I guess her daughter, she's been going to school, and she had mentioned that she was feeling really bad on like Mondays. She said on Fridays, she's loving it, and she's having a good time. Um, doesn't have any problem going to school on a Friday, but on Monday's really hard, and it feels really bad. And she was asking her mother why, and her mother answered, and to be honest, in probably a really terrible way to be, but it's actually not her fault. It's just a belief pattern that's just been passed along, and maybe her daughter will wake up from it. But she had told her that, yep, that's how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of your life. You just get used to that. And her daughter said, well, that sucks. And when you really evaluate that thought, first of all, you have to understand that time as we create it is a man-made concept. The animals in nature, really, there's no concept of time. It's just now. There's always now. There's no difference between Monday and Sunday. There's no difference. It's just a day. And there's always just now. So there's really no inherent reason from the perspective of an animal in nature to make yourself feel bad just because this is the day that we have agreed that we're going to feel bad on. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, Now, what happens is that Mondays tend to get a lot of a bad rap because there are certain activities that we agree upon that we are going to start on that day that uh, that may or may not, and most of the time may have negative belief patterns attached to that, as far as like school and work. If you have a lot of negative concepts in your mind about that activity, then yes, then it makes sense that as you go from the weekend where you're not involved in that you're going to have a lot of these thoughts that are going to come up. And the reason why they're coming up is because you need to clear them out. They're like, okay, these are the thoughts that are entering your mind a lot. And, are you going to do anything about it? But what happens is a lot of people, they think that is them. And so because they are getting these negative feelings, and they just assume it's them, they actually basically contribute to that stream and continue the stream. And that's what people were doing. They're just kind of continuing the stream. They're just falling asleep, and they're not really waking up out of it. And it's, again, once you decide at a certain point to start to work on bringing presence into your life, these concepts and beliefs don't make any sense for you anymore, because there's, first of all, you start to realize that there isn't a difference really between Monday and Saturday and Friday and Wednesday, and all these are just, they're just man-made concepts. It's just now. And there's challenges between, that are going to happen at your work that are happening now, and there's challenges that are happening in your weekend that are happening now. And all of those, if you are trying to uh, transmute the energy of that into something positive, you got to get involved in life. You actually have to be there. You can't just be asleep and be in the mind pattern. You actually have to wake up and say, oh, okay, that's what I've been feeling. I got to wake up out of that. I actually got to see what's going on right now and see if this is something that, if I were to have a choice, would I choose to make myself feel this way about this situation? Would I choose to, I already have to be here. Would I choose to make myself feel bad as well? And most people would say no. I mean, you have enough challenges in your life as it is. There's no reason to make yourself feel bad in the process. Um, my daughter, she's in preschool now, and um, she's doing very well in school, but she got in trouble at school today, and the first thing that I told her to do, and I guess because she got in trouble, and she's used to, she's a very outgoing person, and she got in trouble, I think, for talking. It's really not that big of a deal, but as with most people, I mean, when people criticize you, especially for just being you and something that you don't feel like you did really bad, it's not like she did anything that terrible. She was talking when she wasn't supposed to be talking. Um, you can feel as if, like, man, I don't even want to be there. It's something that I don't want to do. And I could see that her thought patterns were kind of going in that direction. And so what I decided to do um, uh, was to say, okay, let's decide. And this is an exercise for you, and it has nothing to do with your teacher, but it has to do with you. Let's just make a list of the things that you really enjoy about your teacher, the things that you really like about your teacher. Let's just go ahead and go through that and just talk about that. And we made a list of about 10 things that she just liked about her teacher. And at the end of it, she said, I want to take this list and I want to take it to my teacher. She had felt so good about her teacher, she wanted to just share it with her. And she's very high spirited anyway. I don't think that even that little down that she had today was really that big of a deal. But I wanted to get her used to the idea of making herself, feel good for no other reason than to feel good. Just clear those thoughts out. Again, there may be something that bad that may have happened, and we have no control over that, but there's no sense in making our interior world a bad place. We should always have that as a clear, beautiful place so that that way our interactions with people, we can express that, express that to other people so that we can spread that. There's so much negativity in this world. There's no reason to continue that. Why don't we put something new into this world? So, but she loved it so much. She wanted to take the. She's saying she wants. She tore the list out of her little notebook, and she said she wanted to take it to her teacher. I told her she didn't need to do that, you know. So, and I don't really know. Today's Friday, so I don't know if she'll actually do that on Monday or not. But the point is, I want to get her used to doing that, to get that in as a state of mind that your interior world is precious to you, and it's very, very important to keep that in a positive state. And it doesn't matter if there's any reason that you are holding on to that says, yes, you know, because this has happened, I should feel bad. It should be an alert to you that something is trying to hold on to this negativity. In the human in in the human species, there is this energy field that Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body that does want to hold on to that. And it's taken me a long time to really understand that, but what happens is that there is a certain pattern of good and bad feelings that happen, and the the attention of the body, or the attention of the mind will fluctuate, and it'll be into a positive state, and then it'll fluctuate into a negative, and the negative will want to act in that certain way. It can be cleared through presence, but it does tend to want to create thoughts that way. It does want to feed. It's not really something that's alive, it's just actually your own consciousness. And as you bring presence to it, you just become aware of this more the negativity. And so it'll come up, and it's something that you do have to deal with. You'll become very clear about things like this, like Mondays, you know, are not so bad, you know. But you'll all of a sudden you'll just feel this heaviness, and it'll be an alert to you that, okay, here it's coming, and I need to actually wake up out of this. Um, so very important to question anything that you feel as if you need to be negative and feel negative about. That should always be something that you should question yourself about. Why should I feel negative about that? There may be something bad that has happened, and may be something that's happened to me that's negative. But and I'm not even saying that perhaps that you shouldn't act in it, you know, if there's something that has made you mad, that you shouldn't be mad. But if it's something that wants to stick around in your mind, in your consciousness, that's something that's not healthy. That's not your normal uh, anger. That's a negative thought pattern that wants to feed on that. And that's something that we should question. It's something that we need to clear out of our consciousness so that that way we can experience life in a free, loving way, the way that we would prefer to choose. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care.